I've added camera rotation lag to our game, and it adds a lot of polish and smoothness to the camera. So here you can see side by side with and without the camera rotation lag, and it just feels much better. We'll be implementing the camera rotation lag on the camera modes that Lyra provides. So even if you're not using Lyra, it's actually a really useful system having camera modes that stack, and it's easy to get the camera behavior that you want. So for example, I've implemented these camera volumes that essentially just swap out and in camera modes. And it's useful for, let's say, in this volume, you want the camera to be really far because you need to see far. Then it nicely lerps from the third person camera mode to the far one. Let's say that you're in a cave and really tight spaces, so you want less camera clipping, so you have a camera mode that's closer to her head. And then there's also, you can also have the static camera volumes. So these camera volumes I actually cover in another tutorial video, and it's just called camera mode volumes. But there's also camera modes associated with abilities. So this was from a sandbox map that I made. I don't know where I put it in the character movement category. I'll have to change that. So the static one has a tight space, static look volume, and then the close one is just called third person close. It's nice because you can make as many camera modes as you want or as your game needs. What we'll do in this video is to make that camera movement even nicer and smoother, really behaving like as though the camera was on a spring arm component, and you'll have the same variables as you do for the spring arm component. First step to do is to grab the Lyra sample project. So navigate to the marketplace or from the samples, and then create a project. And for this tutorial, I'm using the 5.4 Unreal Engine. Okay, and then create. Open up your project, and this time we'll just stick around in the default editor overview and just play. So we'll just be adding some camera lag to this camera mode. The changes are all in code. So what you'll want to do is you want to navigate to Tools, Generate Writer Project, or Generate Visual Studio Project. Once that's done, navigate to Tools, Open Writer or Open Visual Studio, and then Trust and Open, and we can go ahead and close our editor, and then it'll be a bit until the project is loaded. And then in your Solution Explorer, navigate to Games, and then the name of your project, and the name of your project again, and then Source, Lyra Game, and under Camera is where the two files that will be just copy and pasting to are. Since I have writer, I can just Control T and then searching for third person, and it will generate, or it will show me those files. It might be different shortcuts for Visual Studio, but it's really nice to be able to navigate this freely. Okay, and then open those two up. And you can go ahead and paste the code from the GitHub or from the files if you're on Patreon. I will make sure to add these files without any changes and then a commit with changes so you can easily see the diffs. But yeah, go ahead and paste the code. Okay, so the header file. I've decided to make the changes inside the third person camera mode just for ease of change. But if you want that lerp logic, you could add it to the Lyra camera mode itself. Just let's say you have those static camera volumes, but you want the camera to track the player and to have some lag. You would need to update the override for the update view because there's quite a lot of logic in here. And then for the C++, let's do the same thing. So all the changes that I made, I surrounded with a game change comment just to make it clear which parts of my changes and which parts were already Lyra code will run this. And I'll go through more of the details after we see what it does. I don't know why it always defaults to the Epic Online subsystem, but that looks good. And I'm gonna run this or build this. Right, now that the editor has opened, we're going to modify that default camera mode. So to find that in this map, it's not actually set, and when none is set, it will set it to Lyra default experience. This is set in code. There's a comment about exposing this to configuration variables. But for now, this is what it'll default. So I'm just going to go browse to that asset. And it's here. So let's go ahead and open that. So this is essentially all the experience that this map will have, which pawn is spawned, adding widgets. So the camera mode is in the simple pawn data. And then under camera, you have the camera mode third person. So the new code we added, it's very similar to my camera lag video, but the rotation lag works and is not too crazy. So yeah, so under the lag category, you will now have the option to add the camera lag. If you want to find out more about that positional lag, I covered that in my video about the camera lag. But the new part is the enable camera rotation lag. So the rotation lag speed is right here. So how fast it will lag behind the player's control rotation. So I'm just going to compile that and save. And actually I'm going to turn off the other lag just so we can isolate just the rotation lag. So now when we play, there's a nice smooth lag. If we make it slower, so let's say 5, and let's play. So now it's really laggy. So the lag might not be good for a game where you need to quickly rotate, but it does feel good for, let's say, a cozy, wholesome game. So I'll stop that and I'll turn it back to 10. And then for I'll enable the camera lag as well. And those two work really well together now. So I used to have some bad math, and so it was lerping the wrong rotation and applying the wrong position based on the rotation. So now we have the movement lag, or we have the position lag, and we also have the rotation lag working really nicely together. If you want your camera modes to ease into each other, let's say when you aim down sights, you want to have some kind of lerping between those two. The blending of camera modes is under the blending category, and the blend time is how long it will take to blend in this mode. The function, there's ease out, ease in and out. All of these, you can choose what you like. For going from a third person to a aim down sights, I would probably just have a ease in. And then there's the blend exponent. And all of these blending options actually come right in the box with Lyra. And it's really nice how the camera modes stack and how they blend together. It will always blend with the oldest camera mode first, and then towards whatever camera mode there is. I dug in a little bit into that, and it was awesome to see how it works. And the nice part about it is it also blends the field of view and the camera view. So it blends really nicely. Okay, so now I'm going to go over the code changes and what's important. Essentially what I updated or fixed from the camera lag video. Okay, so first of all, I refactored the update view just to be a little cleaner. So essentially when the camera mode updates its view, it's first of all, it applies the camera lag, and then it adds the target offset from the rotation, which is pretty much the arm distance if you're thinking about the spring arm component. And it is whatever you have in your target offset curve, which is the X, Y, and Z offset depending on the pitch that you have with your camera. Yeah, so it's important to apply the rotation lag first, and then from the rotation, have a nice camera lag. I added a note here is that I used to just use the same math as the spring arm component, but it generated some unwanted roll rotation. So I just made sure to separate the pitch and the yaw. If there's a better math solution, please share in the comments. So essentially what we're doing is that every time we're updating the view, we're lagging the camera a little bit behind based on the target location. So it's not the camera location that we're lerping, it's where we're looking at that we're lerping. So we get a nice lerp and it's not all janky. And so this is how I implemented the camera rotation lag. And it's very similar to the spring arm component, except the spring arm component is doing relative math because it's parented. The other thing I needed to fix is that whenever there was a different camera mode and we were lerping into that camera mode, it didn't immediately have a previous desired rotation, or it had some old previous desired rotation that stopped updating as soon as it's not blending. So I made sure that whenever the camera mode is activated, we set the previous desired rotation so that it won't be lerping from 0 or from some really outdated previous desired rotation or location. And last but not least, I added some nice defaults so you can tweak to your game's liking off of a pretty good smooth camera lag. And I also made sure that the target offset is just in a function now, so it's a bit more readable. And I'm using the desired rotation, which is the lerped rotation, instead of the pivot rotation or location. And yeah, as a player, it feels so much better when there's a rotation lag and a position lag. I feel like this added a lot of polish and smoothness to my camera movement, and I hope it adds the same for your game. And as always, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.